Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the success story session. In front of us today with us we have Mr. Vikas who has cleared the RBI Grade B in his first attempt being a working aspirant. So it is very hard for a working aspirant to clear the RBI Grade B. Most of the people have this perception, but Mr. Vikas was the one that was able to clear the RBI Grade B in his first attempt while working. So let's understand from him only that what was his strategy that he came to clear the RBI Grade B. So first of all, congratulations to you, sir, for clearing the RBI Grade B.
Thank you very much, Kritika.
Okay, so sir, can you tell about your educational background?
Kritika, I did mechanical engineering from NIT Kurukshetra in 2017, and straight way after that, I was working. First, I worked in private sector, then I switched to some PSU that was already working in mechanical field only.
Okay, and so you were working while you started the preparation for RBI Grade B in the PSU.
Yes, technically, yes. I started preparation approximately 1 year back,
Hmm.
but I had already this in my mind during my college days. That is in the year 2017. But
Okay,
I was serious like in the 2021 or something like that.
and you didn't prepare for the UPSC, SEBI, or NABARD or any other organization. You were focused on RBI only. So how does this focus? How does this motivation come for the RBI Grade B only?
Yeah, as I said during my college days, I had this dream that one day I'll become RBI officer. So uh, I don't know how it came, but it came during college days only. So I was preparing and focusing only on an RBI grade B.
So you didn't prepare any preparation for any other examination.
No, after my college, this is the first and last exam I gave.
Okay. So that is a big thing, like focusing on one exam and clearing it. And most of the people have this perception that you should have the UPSC background to clear RBI Grade B in a way. Like like UPSC background, people have the upper hand, we can say. People have this perception that they are good in the descriptive and thus. But you didn't prepare for UPSC and you were preparing yourself and you were able to crack the RBI Grade B in the first attempt. So that is a big achievement. And I hope that the aspirants will learn a lot from you because like not coming from the finance background, not coming from the UPSC background and clearing in first attempt while being a working aspirant, that is a big thing. So coming to the working aspirant part, how did you juggle between the work and the preparation? Can you tell a little?
Yeah. So coming to my job profile, currently, I'm investing around 50 plus hours in my job.
Hmm.
So of course, it is very difficult for a working professional to focus on both the things at the same time. But if you have to crack it, then you have to lose something on job part, and you have to focus more on the preparation part. So one thing which I made sure that during my office, I used to take some time out and study newspaper, then try some questions on the mobile apps and all. So I did manage that way, but of course it was very difficult. And specifically, as this exam came nearby, then I took some leaves, 1 week or 2 weeks. So I did manage that way.
And can you tell how many hours per day you were able to manage for the preparation?
I would say not more than 3 hours on an average, but during some week off is there or some holidays there,
Hmm.
then I used to take it to around 5 to 6 hours, but not more than that.
Okay. And how many months of the preparation did you do for the RBI Grade B this year?
I started last year in 21, that is, and maybe around 9 months back
Okay.
approximately.
So it took like 9 months of the preparation, being a working aspirant, and this was your first attempt. So you had to do everything like from the go, from the start, we can say. So
Right.
now moving to the phase one part, let's start with the phase one. Then we will move forward to the phase two, and then we will understand about the interview. And starting with the phase one GA part, that is a very vast kind of subject that is there. And how did you manage the general awareness part?
Yeah. Regarding this preparation strategy part, I one thing I would like to make it very clear that I did it by self-study only. I didn't take any coaching, including EduTap or any other platform for that matter.
Hmm.
Now, coming to the GA part, one thing that is very important is that you follow one newspaper very regularly. It can be any newspaper. In my case, I used to follow the Indian Express because I was very comfortable with its language,
Hmm,
and I was reading it from last, I would say, from 4 to 5 years. So it had already become an habit.
hmm.
So I used to read it during my office most probably. I tried that. And apart from that, I did read monthly PDF is there. One is from the Banker Sada and one is from the Face Cloud. And I used to take printout of that, and I made sure that I revise it at least 4 to 5 times each and every monthly PDF before the examination.
Okay.
And for phase one, like some basics questions are there that we that can be already prepared with phase two preparation for the ESI paper. So that is all for the phase one GA.
Okay. And did you make your own notes?
For phase one GA, no, it was not practical, and especially if you're working, I would not recommend to make any notes for phase one GA because at the end of the day, it will become, very much painful to
Hmm.
compile all those notes and read it again.
So how are you able to manage the revision part?
As I said, I used to take printout
Hmm,
and I used to highlight with the highlighter
hmm,
what are important facts and all.
hmm.
So I used to revise again and again those printouts only.
Okay, understood. And how many times of revision do you think is necessary for the GA part?
See, GA part is very tricky. You
Hmm,
cannot remember all the facts in one go. So please make sure that you revise each and everything at least 4 to 5 times. And moreover, on the top of that, you can attempt various free quizzes are there on various mobile apps. So during office hours, I used to attempt that. So
hmm.
it helped me to retain the facts.
Okay. So now I think we can move forward. And last question about the GA part, that how many months of the GA did you do?
As I said, I started approximately 9 months back. I
Hmm,
started from there only, but
hmm.
thereafter I stressed like more on the 6 months part, like 6 months before the notification or 6 months before the date of the prelims. That will be
Okay.
okay.
Okay. So 6 months is a must. Like you have to focus a lot on the 6 months, but you can go back to the 9 months, we can say.
Yeah, you can anyway go back, but most questions will be approximately 3 to 4 months and all from the date of prelims examination.
Okay, that is nice. Now I think we can move forward to the quant reasoning and English part. So the strategy regarding that.
Yeah, first of all, for English, I didn't prepare anything specifically.
Hmm,
I was comfortable with basics of English grammar and all. So if you know that already, then if you are reading newspaper daily and you
hmm,
are reading that much stuff, then I think it is not necessary to prepare specifically for English.
hmm,
Straight away you can attempt mock test, and you can anyway identify your mistakes and you can rectify that.
hmm,
Now, coming to the quantum reasoning, being an engineer, I was compatible with mathematics and all these parts. So during my college days, in the final year itself, I had prepared some basics for placement reasons and all other reasons. So I revised that,
hmm,
and for quant, I would say that I focused more on clearing the sectional cutoff
hmm,
because it become very much hard for many aspirants that they perform better in the other sections, but at the end of the day they are not able to clear the section
hmm.
cutoff itself.
Yes, that's true.
So while at first thing I did that of course I looked at the previous papers, what are the important chapters that are coming from the quant and the reasoning. Then I attempted some previous year questions and I was able to identify, okay, this is the like my weak area, this is the strong area. And I again, the key is the more number of questions you will attempt, your accuracy will improve and your speed will also improve.
That's true.
Yeah, so that I didn't follow any specific book for both these sections. I used internet extensively.
Okay. So we can say that for the quant and reasoning, especially the practice is a must. And you have to see the PYQs, you have to see that what kind of questions are asked and which chapters contains like the maximum weightage in the quant and reasoning that you can clear is that you can understand. So the PYQs are
Right.
important and the practice is very important for the fast manner. So now I think we can move towards the phase two part. that starting with the descriptive of English, like English descriptive. So did you practice like in the English phase 1, you didn't do much, but for the phase 2, did you focus on English a lot?
Yeah, now coming to phase two, if we're discussing descriptive, then the most important thing I like to mention that please do try to type at home. Just don't go in the examination hall thinking that okay, I will type there straight away. It is not going to happen. I have seen many aspirants who were sitting beside me in the examination hall. They knew the answer, but they were not able to type it at all.
Hmm.
So first thing you have to do is please purchase a keyboard, connect it with your computer or laptop, whatever you're having, and type whatever you want to type. You can type anything, but just I wouldn't say that you have to gain some maximum speed, but at least you should be comfortable with the keyboard itself. You
Hmm.
should know where that particular key or button is situated.
Hmm.
So I purchased one keyboard, and of course, now coming to the English descriptive part, yes, I try to write some like 9 to 10 essays. Like I used to take some current issue or some fodder material. Like I used to write on, let us say, the issue of education or the issue of healthcare, whatever the topic may be. Then I used to write that essay, and I used to send to some of my friends. And my wife also reviewed for me. So I take help of my wife also. So, if you are, writing essays and you are reviewing it by yourself, or anybody is there for reviewing you, that will be very helpful. And the same is the case for pressy writing also. I took some 9 to 10 tech topics from the internet, and I used to write some concise summary of that. So that is all I prepared for English phase 2.
And usually the students are very much focused on the editorials. So how important do you think those are for the English descriptive part?
You mean editorial in the newspaper?
Yes, yes.
I would say entire newspaper is very much important. You should focus more on the economy part, economy page itself, and of course, editorial is also important. But uh, don't go into the heavy editorials. It is much more relevant for UPSC than
Hmm.
RBI. Try to restrain yourself in the economy part or the journal issues.
Okay. Yes, that is true. So now I think we can move forward to the finance and management part. And like, can you tell about your sources?
Yeah, for management, first of all, during my engineering days, one subject was there.
Hmm.
One or two subjects were there. One is organizational behavior, and other was management.
Hmm.
So I was already aware about these basics.
Hmm.
So I try to build upon that. And one standard book I followed was of Stephen Robbins.
Okay.
I don't know, principle of management or something, the name of the book. So I followed that book, and again, some of the topics are not there in that particular book. So I again followed internet extensively. One website I can recall is managementstudyguide.com. So
Okay.
you can go on that website and you can get some basic material about this management topics. And again, you have to uh, restrain yourself as per syllabus only. Don't try to go and don't
Hmm.
try to do PhD on the management itself.
Yeah.
Just go prepare basics and you'll be fine with that.
Okay. Now coming to the finance.
Yeah, finance, first of all, again, just take printout of the syllabus and try to analyze what is there in the syllabus itself. For example, some basics are there and all. So just
Hmm.
try to prepare that. One particular thing I followed is mrunal.org. One website is there. On that, some basics of economics and finance is some finance part is also covered. For example, inflation is there,
Hmm.
so you can follow that website selectively. Again, that is for more relevant for UPSC aspirants, but you can go and follow selectively. Apart from that, one book that is Economy by Ramesh Singh, that
Hmm.
is again relevant for UPSC guys, but I had already purchased that book, so I followed that very selectively.
Okay.
And for third thing, I followed for risk management and numerical portion. I purchased IIBF books, that is books for JAIIB and other diploma courses.
Hmm.
And I try to gain some basic insights about this risk management and some other numericals, because being a non-finance guy, I was not aware about these terminologies.
Hmm.
So I try to cover basics from that book.
Okay. So we can say that you have to stick to the syllabus, whatever source that you are following, that you are comfortable with. Then you have to stick to the syllabus. You do not have to go like beyond the syllabus and study the other things, because it will waste the time. You have the limited time for the examination. So stick to the syllabus and then follow the source that you are comfortable with. Sir has also told about the books. So if you are comfortable with the books, follow that, and but just stick to the syllabus, I can say. So now I think we can move to the ESI part. Now ESI like has a lot of weightage when it comes to the schemes, or it has a lot of like the current affairs is filled in the ESI. So how did you manage that?
Yeah, now coming to the ASI section, two or three important things you have to do.
Hmm,
First of all, again, as I said earlier, just take printout of the syllabus and try to see what are all the topics that are mentioned in the syllabus itself. Try to Google it. For example, globalization is there. Just try to Google it and try to know what is globalization.
hmm,
And after you have done that, just try to write yourself what is globalization. See, this will be very helpful in descriptive writing,
hmm,
because once you have studied, you are okay. You will be like, okay, I have read it and I know about globalization. But once you start writing, you'll be very much blank. uh, I remember, first day when I started writing, I was not very comfortable, and I was like, I don't know anything at all. But
hmm,
slowly you will develop this thing. But just try to write some basic things. For example, what is inflation, what is globalization,
hmm.
and slowly you will catch up with the writing part.
Okay.
Now
So
regarding the sources, again, as you said, that one is the government scheme,
hmm,
that is the most part of the syllabus,
hmm,
and other things are mentioned in the syllabus. So regarding the current affairs, first thing I followed is the PIB website. Again, I was when I was at office, I used to open that PIB website, and I used to make my own notes in one Word file.
hmm,
I used to study each and every news of every day, and I used to sort out what is important and what is not. If any important news is there, I used to just copy and paste, and at some later part, I used to make some 3 to 4 points out of that news.
okay.
So one Word PDF was there specifically for PIB.
Hmm,
And second thing you can do is just go to the RBI website and try to follow that website very religiously.
hmm,
Just FAQ section is there. That is very much important both for ESI and this finance. Just try to cover the basics of various notifications coming out of the RBI website. Various, some rules and regulations are very dynamic. They are changing. Some limits are changing. So that are asked very directly in the RBI Grade B examination, so that you can follow. And third thing, again, just try to cover some basics and follow some standard books. That will be all good for ESI. And for government schemes, I would like to say that try to go to the various websites of ministries,
hmm,
and on that websites, some schemes are mentioned. So this year one question was there from one particular paragraph from one particular ministry. So they will just ask questions from various website of various ministries. Just try
hmm,
to follow each and every ministry. Some are very much important, for example, Minister of Health, Minister of Education, that are mentioned very explicitly in the syllabus itself. So
hmm.
just try to cover that ministries first, and later on you can cover each and every ministry, and just try to make notes of government schemes out of that website.
Okay. So, sir has told a lot about the ESI part, and that is very important for you to understand that RBI websites are website is important. The government schemes, the ministry websites are important for that. As well as sir has said that he was able to go through the PIB website like every day, and he was making his own notes. So that is all important for the ESI part. And one thing that you need to remember is the making yourself habitual for the writing part, for the typing part, we can say that you have to start writing yourself. And we think that we know the topic, but when we come to the writing, yes, like sir has said, it becomes very hard to even jot down a single line. So that is true, you have to practice a lot for that also. Sir, is there any particular framework for that you followed for the finance management descriptive and ESI descriptive answer writing?
See, when first of all, very basic questions are asked in the RBI Grade B. For
Hmm,
example, in the management part, they will ask very directly what is the definition of this thing.
hmm,
For example, they will ask what is organizational change, how it can be implemented.
hmm,
Just try to uh, define the basic what is asked in the exam or the question itself.
hmm,
Just give definition of that first, and then build some. main paragraph, and then just conclude the question. What is demanded in the question, just try to answer that in the conclusion itself. That will be okay.
Okay. And did you prefer writing in the points or the paragraph basis?
I followed both ways, and both are okay.
Hmm.
If some, some many facts are there, just try to cover in the bullets. And if no, facts or no numerical data is there, just try to cover in the paragraph itself. That is not an issue, I think.
Okay. So, and were you able to cover the word limit, complete the word limit?
No, I don't think so. It will be possible because we don't have that much time. So for 400 words, I was able to write only 250 to 350.
Hmm.
And for 600 words, I was able to write around 450 or somewhat around that. That will
Okay.
be okay.
Okay. Now I think we can move to the last part of the RBI Grade B examination. That is the interview part. So how was the panel?
A panel was very cordial, and they are experts in their field. So it was a great experience overall.
Okay. And this was your first interview, like for any competitive exam. So how was the nervousness? Like, how were you feeling?
Yeah, feeling was very great. Once we enter that RBI office, for any aspirant, it's a dream to go there, to reach that stage at least. But as a human being, we are prone to be very much uh, uh, very much, I was very nervous. My heartbeat was at very very high scale. But at once you enter inside the interview hall, it becomes okay. They will try to cool you down, so that is not an issue.
Okay. Like before moving to the questions that were asked in the interview, what were your sources for the interview, for the preparation of the interview?
See, the best source is you. You have to cover your biodata yourself. First
Hmm.
of all, that is the very basic thing. Just whatever biodata you are sending to the RBI board, just sit in one room and try to analyze what are the questions that can be asked about out of this biodata.
Okay.
So, and again, after you have taken those questions, just try to answer yourself, and
Hmm.
you will know whether it's the right answer or wrong answer. Then again, of course, many platforms are conducting mock interviews. Then you can also try uh, those mock interviews. Also, I also gave 4 to 5 mock interviews.
Okay. And did you give any mock interview with EduTap?
Yeah, I gave one mock interview that.
How helpful do you think the mock interviews are?
See, at the end of the day, mock interview is helpful. Of course, you got that feeling, okay, that I'm going to this interview, I have to speak
Hmm.
like that and
Hmm.
all other things. But interview is, a very it's very very much dynamic thing. You don't know what will come that particular day or that particular moment.
Hmm.
You have to be very prepared for that thing.
Yes. And now I think we can move to the part where the questions are asked. Before that, one more question about the RBI website. So for the interview part also, RBI website is very important. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that is right. Because once you are going for the interview, you have to be very much updated what RBI is doing nowadays. Have they released any research paper, or have they released any particular notification? So
Hmm.
you have to be updated till the day of your interview. That is very much important.
Okay. Now I think we can move to the question part that what kind of questions were asked from you?
See, 60 to 70% of the questions were based on my biodata only.
Okay.
So, of course, 20 to 30% is, they will come like bounces to you. You have
Hmm.
to be prepared for that.
Okay. And so we can say the technical part was also there.
Yeah, technical part was also there. It was related to this monetary policy transmission and manufacturing sector, services sector. Very technical things were also there, but that was
Hmm.
only restricted to like 20 to 30%, as I said.
Okay. And from your biodata, like what kind of questions were asked? If you can tell one or two questions.
For example, I had mentioned that I had played Kho during my college days. Then they asked, okay, where you have visited for playing Kho and what you learned from Kho.
Hmm.
Then where you applied this learning in your life.
Hmm.
So it can vary from like very basic question,
Hmm.
and it can go in depth also.
Okay. And now coming to the part related to your jobs, like the students have said, the other aspirants have told that the questions were also asked from their academic background or their working background. So were there questions, such kind of questions from you also?
Yeah. See, if you're already working, then it is most likely that they will ask questions from your current job profile or any other past job you had.
Hmm.
So in my case, yes, they asked about my first job. There was a job in one particular MNC. So they asked me what you had done there,
Hmm.
what change you brought to that particular organization.
Hmm.
So they want to see you as a leader, or
Hmm.
how you will bring change to that particular organization, and how you have performed in the past.
Okay. Okay. So I think we are at the end of the session. And any message for the aspirants that are working and that are preparing, like you were able to clear the RBI grade B in first attempt, and it took like 8 to 9 months of the preparation. It took 8 to 9 months of the hard work to do everything yourself and to like prepare for the RBI grade B at last. So any aspirants, any message to the aspirants out there that are working, that are preparing for the examination?
I would like to say, friends, just believe in yourself. You can do it, and you will do it definitely. Just have faith in yourself. Keep working hard, and don't get carried away, or don't go into the fear of missing out. I didn't take any coaching, and nobody was preparing with me. I was alone, but you can do it, and you will do it. Believe me.
Yeah, you just have to trust yourselves that
Of
in
course.
your capabilities, I can say.
Right.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming and for giving this awesome interview.
Thank you. Thank you, Kritika.